But this way that I can live it. That's okay, cause we
FM 103.5.
I'm in a doggy Alzado. In the nose of the key, nothing ever talking about what I follow. Money don't be there. Seven and 40 my shadow. If my girlfriend dance a wine in the club, it don't bother my dabo. And I did say that you need, but I know I'm believing. You know that I believe. Some of them are trying to tell me. Yes, and I'm fine now, but I'm a people in China. Daddy should be China, Ghana, that's in the China.
We are on 24/7, 24/7, around the clock. Everyone out here can 103.5, whole day, all night. Non-stop your life for radio broadcast. Join us, culture and entertainment at their best.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday just for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Today, just another year, good to know how you are my best. I will love you from the rest. Oh, oh,
Yes, you're welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM. FM this morning as we begin to unfold the birthday splash on M1 at the 103.5 FM. It's fun time, people. Let's have fun. Let's be happy in the house. How are you doing this morning? Yes, basically, it's about time, it's that time when we get to make you happy, for you to see how beautiful today is. It's not like you don't have to be happy. You should be happy, basically, because if you look at what the Lord is doing, basically, today, you should be happy. So it is my duty to be here now, pointing it out, counting our blessings so that we get to be happy and focus on this day and get the best we can out of it, basically. So how are you doing this morning? I hope you had a wonderful night's rest. I know that. So once again, this is how I welcome you to Birthday Splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. And it's about time for you and Monwa to have fun in this place right now. It's about time for us to be happy. Once, looking away from all the challenges that we are confronted with today, having that hope that it is going to be all right. Because if we hope, what do you have if you don't have hope? Hope is one thing that we must all, we will hold on to our hope, knowing that the Lord will see us through. Yes, remember that birthday splash is also an opportunity for us to celebrate you. If you want to celebrate yourself for once, and then celebrate anybody you want to celebrate in your family, anybody celebrating anniversary, birthday, scanniversary, whatever it is, that you need to celebrate, maybe graduation, convocation, whatever it is that is to be celebrated, we are here. It is celebration galore. Let's celebrate this morning. And remember that you can send SMS or whatever you want to celebrate to 08096661035. Before I'll bring you into the spot where I get to share the tidbits of stories, that, gets to teach us a thing or two. Let me knowledge. Knowledge is information. Understanding is comprehension. Wisdom is application. So here we share knowledge, share information, getting to know what happened in all around us. From there, we get to learn a thing or two. Then understanding it is comprehension, that enables you. But without wisdom, which is the application of the things that are learned, there is no need for the knowledge and understanding in the first place. So if you can't really apply what is learned, what is there? That is wisdom. That's the only way wisdom is proven, by applying what is learned. So once again, bet the splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, I'll begin to take it away from the stories we have this morning. First, let's start up with this one. It's a sad one, but we as a people, we are looking towards, we commend, we also try as much as possible praying. We are joining our prayers with Funke Akindele as she loses her mom. So this thing happened yesterday. It is a heartbreaking time for the Nollywood actress and politician Funke Akindele. She lost her mom yesterday, Tuesday, the 7th day of February. So they released the message, the family, and they said it is with heavy hearts, but in total submission to God Almighty, that the Adebanjo and Akindele families announced the passing of their daughter, mother, grandmother, and sister, Dr. R.B. Adebanjo Akindele, which occurred on Tuesday, the 7th of February 2023. And everybody, may her gentle soul begin to rest in eternal peace. Amen. And then they said, may her soul rest in peace. And we join the family in this prayer and we say amen. We hope that this is not going to be so much of a burden on the family, and we hope that you guys will get past this and move on. Then moving away from that story about Funke at phone is the problem. So this is how he's looking at it. Basically, he's saying that, if we could give our spouses, like anybody who is your partner in that marriage right now, or your relationship that you are into right now, that if you can give that person the amount of time you give your phone and touch, them as much as you touch your phone, our marriages would be held Facebook post. And then a lot of people, began to venture, like, take note of what he's saying. Somebody said noted, and then some said no, it's not the phone, that women are the cause. And then some also are clapping back and are saying no, it's not even the phone, that men are just the cause. What is your take on this one? When you call, you tell us what you think of this. Do you think that this pastor is saying the right thing when he says that the decay of modern marriage is not the adultery that goes on, but the phone that enables or that causes it in the first place? When you call, you tell us what you think of that. At the naira scarcity, basically, yesterday we talked about the bankers who were jumping fence to escape from their customers who they could not attend to because of maybe the shortage of cash and the rest of them. But at the same time, today we are seeing another, to mention name, but they are doing something in order to accommodate their customers as well. Maybe other banks should learn from what they are doing. What they did actually is that they began to share drinks in the banking hall to all the customers who are there, in order to calm their situation, to get them to calm down and see what they can do for them really when it comes to, dishing out the new naira notes and, all that the federal bank said about the OTP and the rest of them. So how do you look at this? Do you think the bank is doing a great thing, trying to share drinks to calm the nerves of the customers? When you call, you tell us what you think of this. Yes, the 2023 general election is on the corner. Very soon it will unfold. And seen a lot of polls in Nigeria, but today a recent poll emerged, and this poll is revealing that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, is leading. But it's broken down in so many ways. They are trying to say that if there is a massive voters turnout, that it will favor him. But if there is a down, like if the voters turnout is not well enough, and it will favor the All Progressive Congress, APC, that is the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, is going to favor him instead. So this is how they calculated it. They said that P2B will get 25% of the vote in most geopolitical regions of the country, according to the recent polls by Stairs, an African company. He said Obi is the only candidate capable of getting 25% of the vote in at least 2/3 of the state. Furthermore, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress followed with 4 out of 5, while Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party secured 25% of the vote in only 2 geopolitical zones. Notably, the result of the poll revealed that Obi only failed to secure 25% of the vote preferences in the Northwest region due to the relatively strong presence of Rabiu Kwankwaso of NMPP and Tinubu of APC. So Abubakar, they said, recorded 12 votes, and meanwhile the 37% of voters did not indicate the preferred candidate. In all of these things that they are saying, they are trying to tell us that meanwhile, like there are silent voters who are not willing to reveal whoever they want to vote for. So in other way, that this thing will still fall either way for any of the candidates. When we bring in the case of the silent voters, they are saying to, like, this is how it is said. They said even after including silent voters, P2B holds a comfortable lead in the essence. But at the same time, if you add these silent voters, it could turn either way because you don't know exactly what the percentage is. When you call it, tell us what you think of that, basically, but being objective on the matter, basically. Yes, it is election season, people are campaigning, and when the abnormal thing happens, we get to talk about it. We have to talk about it really because it is abnormal. We have to talk about it to understand what is going on. Now, Tinubu was embarrassed as crowd chants Sai Atiku during his campaign in Castina, while he was busy doing Emi Lokon and the rest of them. The way he gave his speech and the rest of them, people were busy saying Sai Atiku, Sai Atiku, and the rest of them, being that in some places, and this thing is happening in Castina, of all places, that's where this thing unfolded. I know people are not just looking at it anymore. People are just looking at the level of suffering, basically. But at the end of the day, he still has his own supporters if you look at it properly. They said they pointed out that the president meant well for the country and the 16 years of PDP was a waste. That was what he was saying. And at the same time, people were still shouting, Sai Atiku, Sai Atiku. And he continued, he kept giving his speech while it was still going on. And it looks embarrassing, but at the end of the day, election season, a lot could happen. Yes, everybody's celebrating Thames, and now DJ Khaled is one of the persons like that is celebrating Thames, and he's saying that he would like to work with Thames. In the sense, we remember Thames now. Thames is the Nigerian lady that just won Grammy, a lot of it, won a lot of it, and then a lot of Nigerians are beginning to look at Thames as like the first female that won Grammy for Nigeria. But we'll still get to that. But let me just talk about DJ Khaled and Thames and all that is going on. She said, I would like to work with her, and I love the way she rep her people. Now we are beginning to wonder, how DJ Khaled promotes songs now. There will always be a key word that he always say. Like in some songs, you will hear like maybe the last album he dropped, you hear stuff like God did, you know. God, some of the albums, previous albums, you hear where he says stuff like, baby, what's my name? They say DJ Khaled. I say, what's my name? DJ Khaled, and then we saw some comic things, believe that came out of that. Somebody went out and said, that's the way it's unfolding. But basically, we don't know what he's going to do in this particular song he wants to drop with Thames. Maybe we'll get to hear stuff like, I love the way you rap your people. I love the way you rap your people and stuff like that. I don't know if that is the way it's going to unfold, but we keep our fingers crossed, waiting for this one to unfold, basically. That's that. And then moving away from that story, when you call it, tell us how you envision that. But now, this is what is going on now in Nigeria. A comedian we all know, who goes by the name Osina Shidike, is saying that he will never touch his foot in Nigeria again. That he told his wife that she should take care of the kids that he's done with Nigeria, because he got he was awarded he became a citizen of the United States of America. So he's saying that he took to his social media page and then made the announcement to fans and colleagues and showed off his US passport and Nigerian passport, as he noted that becoming a citizen of the foremost nation was no mean feat. It was a big deal for him. According to him, he would be leaving everything behind in Nigeria, including his family, to move to his new country. He told his wife that she would take care of their kids in Nigeria because he is done. He has done his part and he's done. He's leaving for Nigeria. A lot of people started, getting at him. Some people said he's just making jokes, if you look at it properly. But at the end of the day, the question is, if you should get this kind of opportunity, are you going to abandon your family here in Nigeria just the way he's saying it now? When you call, you tell us what you think of that. Yes, Nigeria, over time, whenever we look at our unity, some generation might look as if they are segregating a lot when it comes to our unity as a country. Some particular generation wouldn't want to like maybe they wouldn't want to have something to do with a particular tribe or ethnicity because they are not sure of what might play out, and maybe some of the experiences they must have had in the past, or maybe pure being segregative. Some people just like being segregative. Then a content creator, Lawal Michael Bolaji, is telling us he's known as Nas Boy. He revealed that when he told his mom that he wanted to marry an Igbo lady, that the mom struck him on the head and rejected the idea. But he went further to say now that he's 30 years old, he will go ahead and marry an Igbo lady, even if his mother rejects it. Now, everybody is not like this, basically. Some people said good boy. Some people commended the mom and said good mom. And then some people, a whole lot of things. But at the end of the day, what is wrong in doing it? Like when somebody is your heart, like it's in your heart. When somebody owes your heart, you do the needful, basically, the way it is. But at the end of the day, your family will also want to look out for you, so that to make sure that nothing bad happens to you. Basically, I think maybe that's the way the mother is looking out for him. But at the end of the day, this is now misinterpreted in that manner. But what is your take as an Igbo person? Are you willing to marry from other tribes in Nigeria? And what is the big deal about it anyway? So let's get to talk about it. When you call, you tell us what you think of that. Do you have problems having, like, getting married with other tribes in Nigeria? Being that you are Igbo, or even if you're not Igbo, listening to the sound of my voice now, you have problems getting married with other tribes in Nigeria. Let's talk about it. When you call, you tell us what you think of that. It is still Birthday Splash on Ebona Day, 103.5 FM, unfolding with more Martin Metal, the one, Oi Fatbolo. Now we are bringing it down to the next level now. The phone is unfolding little by little. Now, a Nigerian woman lays courses on her daughter for getting married without her knowledge. Okay, what is this? Basically, the lady is laying it. She was caught in a video that is making the trend on social media so far, laying courses on her daughter. Telling her that it will never be well with you, and a whole lot of things that she said to her. And then caused her that she got married without her, without letting her know. But there might be a situation. The story didn't go further to break it down how this thing started transpiring in the first place. But the thing is that there might be a situation whereby the lady is doing it because the mom is not in approval of who she wants to get married to. Maybe she hid it from her because she's sure of the reaction of the family if she should reveal that I'm getting married to so and so person. But at the end of the day, how do you get married without the blessings of your family? Maybe not court marriage was in car, but when you call, you tell us what you think of this particular story. Then moving away from that story, a man forgave the wife for cheating on him. And then the son, somebody, what is this? Daddy, how would you behave like this now? Now, wow, he said, I found out my dad took my mom back after cheating, and I never looked at him the same way. He started looking at his dad as soft. Now, wow, this guy is not even as strong as I thought he was. That's the way he's looking at it. But he said, I wasn't even born yet when this thing happened, but he is still bearing that grudge on behalf of the dad. That why would you allow? Why would you forgive now? Why would you do such a thing? Because it's uncalled for. Then he started, when he stated it, a lot of people started looking at it from, like, somebody asked him a question and said, okay, you don't expect your dad to forgive, for cheating. Do you expect your mom to forgive your dad if your dad should cheat? The guy said, yes, because it is tradition. That's what the guy is looking at it. But when you call, you tell me what to think of that. Do you think it's okay, that men should forgive and then women shouldn't? Or do you think it's okay for women to forgive and the men shouldn't? How do you tell us what you think of that? Then moving away from that story, some people are beginning to drag some banks when it comes to this, the fact that there is scarcity of cash. And, a lot of people are beginning to drag banks. Some people, like our normal, what's it called? Omunna, online Omunna. They are the ones who castigated this particular happening. They started capturing from outside the bank a situation whereby the bank was selecting some customers, who they think these ones are VIPs, the person, like the most valued customers, select them, take them into the bank, and give them the cash they are looking for, while they leave, privately. And then the heap of, like, most of the other customers who are not the ones that, who are not the VIPs, basically, will be heaped outside. And if you want to categorize these ones that are not VIPs, you categorize them well, like the people who do small scale, medium businesses, or enterprises, and the rest of them. People who do small businesses, people who collect little money. And I know that the ones who are selected as the VIPs that goes into the bank will be given, like, massive, enough that will be enough for some of the people out to at least handle some of their, their problems, handle some of their needs, basically. But this is how we are looking at it today, and a lot of them are castigating this. How do you look at it? How are you looking at it? Do you think that this particular bank is doing the right thing when it comes to the way central bank is talking about this? The way the central bank give orders that this should be done. When you call, you tell us what you think of that. Yes, it is fun time. It is unfolding. It's about to go down to the fun part now. Basically, a lot of people celebrated times when we found the fact that she won Grammy. A lot of people began to see her as the first Nigerian female to win Grammy. Just the way, sometimes we misconcept, like some of the time, like a couple of weeks back, we talked about a female who became a bishop in a particular Orthodox church. And then some people started celebrating her as the first female bishop in Nigeria, which is wrong because some people started celebrating her as the first female bishop in Nigeria, which is wrong because basically, if you look at it properly, you will still find other female bishops around you, basically. So you don't just say she is the first female bishop in Nigeria. So sometimes some of the things that are said in this manner are not proper. So that same way, just because the president, a whole lot of other people, Saraki and the Nigerian political class, a lot of them congratulated Thames for winning this Grammy. Reno Omokri this morning is telling us that because she's getting all these congratulations does not mean that she's the first Nigerian female to win Grammy. There's somebody called Sadi Adu. I don't know if you know the song. She gave me love, sweetest taboo. I don't know if you know the song, Sweetest Taboo. The lady that made that song, she's the first person to win Grammy as a Nigerian, basically. And that's what, Reno Omokri is pointing out this morning. You might hate some of his ideologies, but sometimes this one is fair, basically. Because if somebody did it before us, we should acknowledge people who paved the way before us, basically. That's how I'm looking at it. But when you call, you tell me what you think of that. But this is what he is saying. He says, Sadi Adu has always identified with Nigeria. When interviewed, she stressed her Nigerianness. She did not funkify her name to make it sound European. In an interview after interview, she asserted the fact that she is a Nigerian born in Ibadan. So let us appreciate her. She is the first Nigerian female to win a Grammy in 1986. In honoring another female who eminently deserves to be honored, let us not dishonor Sadi Adu. If you look at it properly, I think he is fair. But he continued and he said, by saying someone else is the first Nigerian female to win a Grammy, what Miss Adu is that she is not a Nigerian. I know many people will rush here to insult. Yes, because already you're always there now. People are always coming there to insult you somehow. But anyhow, this is what he's trying to point out, that we need to be fair to Sadi Adu. But if you look at it properly, the one who do not have dual citizenship, we could say, okay, the first Nigerian citizen or Nigerian female to win Grammy, without dual citizenship, I guess. Maybe that's the way we have. You tell us what you think of that. Then moving away from that particular story, we don't know that, this cabal, when they talk about cabal at Aso Rock, there's no face you can associate with that. You can't really say, okay, these are the cabals or this, but the cabal issue is there and people are talking about it because basically of late, Nasser El Rufai talked about cabal and he backlashed them for not supporting the presidency of Ahmed, of the presidential candidate of the APC. So in the process, some people are beginning to point out the fact that even he, the Kaduna State Governor, El Rufai, once applied to become a member of the cabal and he was rejected. So he was like, this is a situation of somebody who lost employment and then he's attacking the person who is supposed to employ him or something. I don't know if that is the case, but this is what this lady is pointing out. And she goes by the name Najatu. She's trying to say that, okay, this whole thing is not like El Rufai is doing it to point out that there are some lapses, that it could also be just revenge for the fact that he was rejected for applying to become a member of the cabal. So this is how she said it. She said, we should not forget the El Rufai memo. Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari. The memo was late and El Rufai said that he wants to replace Abba Kyari in the Villas cabal and he did everything he could to replace Abba Kyari. He said in the memo that some people were already boasting that they will choose the next petroleum minister and they will hijack everything. So he wanted to be part of the cabal, but they snubbed him. So cabal now snub mother. That's the lesson this morning. But when you call, you tell us what you think of that. Yeah? Cabal, do they have also the right to associate, to form association of cabal? When you call, you tell us what you think of that. Now, I don't want a situation whereby, okay, approach one or not, and all those things get into some people's head at a time, Then this situation of something that was going on in BB the Titans, BB the Titans, BB Titans. This one is not BB Niger, but the Titans. But this one is between a Nigerian that goes by Nana and then Kosi, they were having issues in the house, and then at the time they started ranting. The other one was saying stuffs like, some things that is not supposed to be said on a national TV. This is what she said. Nana reveals she rolls with a deadly group of people that can, F somebody up if the person dares to throw a punch at her. So you roll with people, deadly group of people. Okay. I guess the authorities are listening. When you are done with the show, or I don't know, you come and tell us about the deadly people. And then I have this vision of the fact that when these deadly people will be revealed, the guys, oh no, I'm not deadly. I'm only deadly to mosquito. If mosquito come here now, you see how deadly I am. I don't know. But when you call, you tell us what you think of that. Then moving away from that story, 2 Nigerian men were arrested in India for scamming 60 women on matrimonial sites. By and the rest of them. And if you know, in some part of India, women are the ones who pay dowry of a man. In some, not all Indians, or some area. So maybe that's the reason why these people got the opportunity to scam people of 70,000 dupe of what's it called, Indian money. They also scammed a whole lot of people. They scammed another person 55,500 of that same Indian money, and then even 15,000. So 95,000, a whole lot of them, a lot. So people are still coming up with a lot of complaints of how these people dupe them, and then this is how it is going on. But when you call, you tell us what you think of that situation. Now, these people painting us very well. But the last one I will use to wrap it up this morning is the fact that ex-senator Shehu Sani adopted a baby boy that was dumped on the roadside in Kaduna. You see how blessings comes in disguise. Comes in disguise in so many ways now. Blessings for even the senator who did this, and then even blessing for this kid that was born into the world in a place where maybe it's not so comfortable for him. And then the mother decided to make it more uncomfortable by dropping him on the road. Now, God, in his infinite mercy, have directed in one way or the other. This senator is now the father of this baby boy that was dumped because he adopted this baby boy. This is how it happens. He said this little baby boy was abandoned by the roadside. The police picked him and handed him over to the social welfare department, and the department handed him over to an orphanage. I am now the father, and I named him Jordan. Mrs. Grace, by my side, is the proprietor of the orphanage. This is Senator Shehu Sani saying this. What is your take on all of this? Bet the splash on Ebona at the 103.5 FM unfolding on more metal. Let's hear from you. What is your take? 080-9666-1035, and then you become part of this conversation. Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. How you doing?
Advantage. I'm calling.
You're calling from where? Advantage. Please go on, Advantage. Go on, Advantage. Okay.
You see, I'm a good that before. Because in that school, one day, it's probably
Okay.
This country, one and the mother, a legal behalf of nonsense for small things.
Okay.
What is what the right here for okay, now one is okay. From now on,
Okay. Okay. Humanity.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Kekwanụ ka isi wee fụ bank nke bịa na-eke mmanya na-eke ndị customers fa bịalụ mmanya ka isi fụ nke ahụ ọ ife ha niile mana nke enwe nwozi anọ ndị nke a wee dịkwa very calm and civil Oh well.
And that's for what people are, and the public will never put that in the idea of what I did.
Okay.
And I put it to the auto go to Nigeria and then here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, it is still birthday splash on Ebona, the 103.5 F. About even as an Igbo person, can you get married to another person from another tribe in Nigeria? Do you have a problem with that? When you call, you tell us what you think of that too. We are talking about a whole lot of things. Let's hear from this person. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Oh, the market came upon. Gavani Rusa. Hello.
Hello.
On around just Gabaniru. Oh, maka network hali ifom bo mona ge kita kai ku as much as I get kai ku kita before network enyeba anyị nsogbu
nke na-eke mmanya ịkpacha na-eke mmanya kwesịrị ka nwa mmanya maka ahapụrụ ihe azụ ka eme na-eme ihe ọzọ ọ bụ ihe enye na mmadụ ahụ kama kwesịrị bụ ka eji egbu azụ eketazie mmanya ahụ na ọja bụ akwụ mmanya anọ nde je kpụnye ndị ezinụlọ ya n'ọnụ a na ihe kwesịrị ka eme o nwere ihe nchọpụtara ihe a dị m ka nrado ka na-arado ndị mmadụ maka o nwere ihe pụta na mmadụ were ego nye ndị jide ya ma ọ ya n'iken na-agbazie ya ife ahụ na-akọrọ ya akụkọ ahụ na ọkụ nekwa ihe Naijiria ihe anaghị atọ dịka Zenith Bank anụ n'omechigo nwanche dị ndị ọzọ ekporo otu nekwanụ ihe na-eyikwe m ihe private plan ụfọdụ ndị nọkwa na bankị ahụ etinyekwa aka na ya bụ plan na-aghọrị mmadụ ibe ha wetara ha ego na-ekwurukwucha anyị dị n'ife a na-aganụ akwụgo m ife ọmụrụ a na-aga ana na tọki egbuo mmadụ n'egoro apụkwa ya daalụ
Darwin, thank you so much for joining us this morning. But at the end of the day, we can't say that no plan or anything, or process. We know that anytime any change currency, this is how it goes down. This is how it happens. But anyway, it is still birthday splash on Ebona at the 103.5 FM, and then you can become part of this conversation by dialing number 08096661035. You can as well send SMS or WhatsApp. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning, my sister. How are you doing this morning?
Fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gabaniru Neo.
I'm about to
Okay, Gabaniru.
That woman what I going call. And the daughter. So not just
okay.
If I'm not the fire, it will be all out there. Solution.
Okay.
One of them. Can you find it? And the moment that it's just put your money. So I lost it on our phone.
Okay.
All the time you come from when you get the book, you know, you understand.
Unbelievable na onwe if you get your parents, you deserve go look at some things meg at a time because Niposili Mepaya can marry get married without informed parents or the proper. Okay. 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 Kei nwe ikwu onwe Nigerian pastor gwala anyị na the decay of modern marriage abụrụ the adultery no phone na cause ya ikwete na nka like the pastor na-akọwa na ihe na-emebisi marriages taa abụrụ adultery no phone na-emebisi marriages today ikwete na phone na-emebisi marriages today all the time.
All the time. And the women are here, you know, for a lot of things.
Okay.
So people know why I. But that's the new why on it now.
Okay.
Why they have to do power. No one has for. But never do found.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Because that's one of that.
Okay. Okay. Ngwan Darren, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
And I don't want to go to the prophet.
Darwin. Thank you. Yes, 08096661035. We are talking about a whole lot of things on this particular edition of Bet the Splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. One metal. I'm not here. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello, I'm Christian phone from Morningstar.
Welcome, sir. Okay, Gabani, sir.
Ụmụ na onwere okwu kwuru ihe a ka ịma ihe o ji eme nkwu okwu azụ ihe na-ekwu bụ ikwesịrị ikwu mana anyị niile abụrụzi m nwata kedu ka ego akọrọ ndị dị legitimate n'obodo si wee jego ndị bandit aka na-ebugharị ị na-asị m na kedu ka ego onye ihe na otu ya n'obodo n'ọdụ ka ndị obodo tụrụ azụ echeguzi ego obodo mana ndị kwesịrị isi ji mmadụ a na-ebe akwa ya onye ọbụla chee maka okwu ya
ihe nchọrọ ịgwa gị na nke iti n'ikpeazụ a bụ na ihe na-eme anyị bụ anyị nwa na-eme ya o nwere onye si outside bịa ma anyị ya ọ anyị nwa nọ na bank anyị nwa nọ na politics anyị nwa nọ na gọọmenti ọfisis anyị nwa nọ ihe niile a bụ anyị nwa na-eme ihe niile a tịla anyị ncha echenji mindset anyị then anyị echenji those things
na-ene anya ọkwa ịfụ nwa m akarịa ama ụba aghụghọ onye ọkwa onwere nọ n'isi ebe ọ na ha nọ n'isi ọ bụ isi ọdachi jee n'obodo akpatapụ obodo a ije n'obodo a onye mesị nwụrụ atụrụ na nga ka ọ bụ isi ikpe efesi ịta tupu ya ebe aka mana abịaghị esi nwa ọdọ ọkwa onwere ndị nọzi n'isi na bankị a dị iche ọkwa onwere ka anya bụ nkwasịrị nkwasị etu anyị nya bụ ọjị dị ebe ahụ ọ dị du ndị nke na ebe a na-enye mana fa mara ọrụ ha na ahụ ebe ọ bụ na ha gwabụ bi obarọl ihe ekwuru ejeme na Naịjirịa o nwere ebe na-ebe ego ọnwa dị esizi onwe ebe na-ebe ego ha nwee kwuo emekwana ebe enye ha dakịta sị na bankị ọbụla mere ụdị ya aka na-emechi bankị ama anwụ ji maneja ebe ahụ n'ihe akwụkwọ mmadụ eme ihe ewe ekwenye ihe egzampụl ebe ka ọkwụsị ịgba nwa aka nkịtị maka ya ịmụta nwe na ụmụ nwoke ahụ na-eme ihe fọ ha ọ ga-eji na-atụ nwaanyị ụfọdụ ga-eji na-ezu ozi ọ ga ọ dị kọntrol ma ọ bụ ejide nwa nke anọ na akwụkwọ ọtachi afọ ihe mara adị mma ndị nọ ndị amara asị ọ bụrụ ekwu isi akwa.
Thank you so much. Darwin, thank you so much. Yes, 0809. Then you become part of this conversation. But at the same time, I would still like to say, that we are the people on easy. So, what is your take on all of this? Hello? All the way from the Faculty of Finishing Touches. Professor, you are welcome.
How are you doing? Good morning.
Yes, I'm doing so great. And you, how is your family?
We are booming.
Yes, yes. Okay.
If you go to
okay.
Yes. America. Drop mmadụ inweta America by opportunity ọ bụkwa ihe good thing.
Okay.
Mana ọ bụ ọdụ mmesi na onye holiday to carry his family along.
Okay.
Wee bụrụ na ọ ya ka o si wee na drop ha by the time. Wee na-asị ya ọ bụrụ na ọ na otu ahụ and my spine all over America. Chikwata onwe ya bịa kpọrọ ezinụlọ ya si ya nọkọ ọnụ.
Okay.
Maka na marriage adịrọ mma onye anọdị ebe a onye anọdị ebe a. Because ọ bụrụ na onye anọdị iche onye anọdị iche ọ na-ewetara ekwesị ịbata by one way or the other.
Okay.
Ọ ya bụ ihe nwere ike ebe ahụ. Then one from another tribe.
Yes.
Ọ dịrọ good.
Okay.
In fact, good from my experience. Yes.
Okay.
And that's your equal to share some people even. No total. Never yet finish.
Okay.
Let's see, yet finish all my Namaburo Igbo. What I was. Okay, my mother, I'm a miss who where I am a woman. Of very
okay.
Because I said that they will come and carry the corpse of our mother. When I work well, I'm not my mother, and I'm born on the sun, and I went for she went when I can be out of no here. Why you have came at Yaki Buru or been there? I will join and I will come on, whether you're not here. at a time or once you get a hand, you're a time. I had your hammer for very well. I make it a year on I on the teacher where we're year 9 I think.
Okay.
So you know what I'm wearing from another tribe to you get it. You know, I have one where we maintain all that person. What do you carry? What do you want? What are you and more only in a more society. No, again, I have all only no, you by a girl, for example, come on, each month. From somewhere and I know you'll be there and move on you do. Okay, well, for you indeed. On a dimmer one, a mother no tribe there, the men different tribe.
Okay, mana I believe Lona in that same manner, na that same bini Ijapa, no one ndị Japala ebe a nwere such issue, even Kaha Olu, Manonwa and the rest of them, Hananda, they were good still.
Okay, for Kangwa, and one when you knew where Arabia, you put yours. So, okay, when it's piano.
Okay, anyway, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Professor Darwin. Okay, what's your no, it's no here again was you feel any kusigo where you got you.
So, why here they lay course in every way. From
okay.
From another station. So, I got a little on one side. 1 year I'm Mohammed.
Okay.
But before, what I'm but I know that you want to lay a course, a video clip and that man. As far as the now, all you need to where we're put on. Not put we are not put on any good state. So before what I came in, where decide where power you are. Just when I one side, before the one way the power. Well, one woman, no, what I'm moving now, and your whole mama, you know, because your side, I didn't see on one side. And I need to put the other side more. We have camera, man, can you when you give your mother? So, man, of course, the woman will be a little way and I because of you reach by reach a church jazz. Although I'm way out on one night, what will you go where I look at what so.
Well, Professor Darwin, on the Faculty of Finishing Touches. Dalo, thank you. Yes, it is still birthday splash on everyone at the 103.5 FM. But remember that even in this thing that is being said, cultures could also marry each culture, like another culture getting together. You know, those things that that it differs in our culture, we could mingle it at a time. It happens in some cases. Let's hear from other people and get to know their experience as well. Hello. Hello. Yes. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
My brother, I'm okay. Oh, you mother this morning,
Gabani Rusa.
Most teenagers were motivated to go and tell her, let me go. Said I'm a teenager motive. Okay, good to go. Okay, the way and I idea could go tell I am that I am. But I can name my God and then when I am one. And I am one of the people who got them. People are never an idea. And then I suppose that them are being called. But I don't know about the we have to put all the spiritual of Mother out here. Open our two go to Kadiama. Oh, yeah, this man is before being called. Okay. And the other that man, but I'm very easily before I say, are you a Christian? Or no, they are a Jew. Open at this man, because you metal because the God of Jew will be higher there in action.
Okay.
These two things, people are there.
Okay.
You know, material things, my hand, I've been like that. They don't know the way for people to go. I don't condemn Kamoka, man, how are you there? These two things, almost equal now, almost now, a man of that now, problem then. I don't need to go before, and I have all this. I'm already made some more, I need also to go back. Then, in terms of something I know why, metal, I want to have the right and Pope na Catholic. Ọkụpụrụ okwu Chukwu kama okwu ya ga-abịa na mmezu eluigwe n'ụwa gabi ya. Chineke mere otu ahụ abụghị iberibe sị gị nwee gwara ya sị gị ya na nwaanyị na agbụrụ ya ọ dịrị nzuzu. Anyị etiwitizire wọd nke amamife nke anyị na-apụpọ ma amamife Chineke ọ na-enye anyị nsogbu. Ọtụbigo mgbe ihe niile anyị na-abịa anyị gara agacha amamihe Chineke ebe ọ chọrọ ka anyị nọdụ. Ịtụ na pe ka adịọ mmanụ nwa mana fụọ ngata anyị na-eweta amamife nke anyị ahụ ada mbido ada na gadin ada na ebe ka ị nọ ọsọ ọnwa anyị ọ bụghị kwa ajụrụ ya sọkwa anyị na anyị na-eweta problem ga na-adị ndị swọd. Chineke ekere ewu kee ewu adịghị iche kee apụrụ adị iche agwazi na ọ mara ife emechazi isi na anyị atụrụ ụja n'ime ewu jee nọta nwaanyị ha na-abụ ọ mụrụ ụkwụ ego ụkwụ na-abụ ụkwụ na-abụ ka ha nwụrụ nwaanyị ọka ma nụrụ onwe ha mana Chineke mụọ ihe na dat mana anyị na ọ bụ mmadụ ji anyị na-afọ ọfụ netọ Chineke na-unite together go unite all together anyị ga na-ata afọ ya n'ụwa ọzọ.
Mana inejele anya from that angle ikwu ewu atụrụ and the rest of them if you go na these are two species mana human ikwu ewu atụrụ and the rest of them if you go na these are two species mana human being
human being bụ human being afọ mana aka dị afọ ma iwenye aka dị ha aka dị na reda mana aka afọ aka so ị na-agwa m na Chineke mere nke a dị mkpụkpụ nke a dịrị ogologo nke a dịrị ibe nke a isi na-agwa m na Chineke ahụ bụ ọmara ise sometimes people na-eme because I want to follow nature. I'm a follow nature. Mgbe ị gara behind the nature metal no onye weta zika force ọ ga-strike.
Ngwanụ mechizie ka anyị rapụ ọp na taịm anyị agwụ na o darụrị nne. Thank you so much for na o darụrị nne. Thank you so much for Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Let's stop the segregation amongst ourselves. We are all human, you know. And when you talk about Chukwukika Abiyama, you are talking about the same God of Abraham, Abiyama, Abraham, Abia Amalo, Abraham, Bia Malom. Come to a promised land where I will show you. Come and know me. That's the meaning of it. So we are all the same. We all bleed the same as a people. So the segregation, I don't see any need for all of that. Anyway, before I call it off on this morning, let me tell you that knowledge is information. That's what I started with. I also said that understanding is comprehension. Wisdom is application. So let us be wise in applying the knowledge we have, the information we have, applying it right, doing the right things, and then staying away from the sentiments of doing evil and then justifying it with some kind of maybe tribal, ethnicity, or whatever reason we could give it. This is how I will call it a day on this particular edition of Bid the Splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that Bid the Splash will still come your way tomorrow, same time, same station. Till then, I remain Martin, Metal, that's what they call me. Shaka Zulu will still join you to Kogwage Kosi Ade Willie. And that's how it is. Don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Till then, shalom.
Uy,